So this is the door, and it's going to be the hardest part of the dio because I made it in three pieces, and there's no type of sliding mechanism. Um, so I'll show you how I set it up. Obviously, this is going to sit right behind the dio, so it won't tip in. The dio will be helping to hold it up. But here go the three pieces. So what I would do is just kind of, see if I can get a better angle. Put that together. And see, it'll just stay in place. You can make shots where it's holding open. I used pins. You just have to be very careful with the pins because they could damage it if you poke it from the other direction or poke a hole in it. Alright, so this is the rest of it. So yeah, as you can see, the door, you can leave the door off for other types of shots. I blacked out the outside, that way it'll just look nicer when you display it. This right here, it's just a piece of foam I have holding this up. It's really supposed to just go in here. It just slides right in those notches and it just sits down like that. But if you want to have it level, you just open this up to slide it right into there. So all these pieces are magnetic. These sections, these poles here, they come off. I just have a zip tie on it. You just you'll poke it through as you assemble this. For lighting, you'll just put a light behind it. You could pose it so it won't be too hard and you'll see the graphic a little better. If you have too much light, it'll just but you could pose it how you want. Same thing for the lights on top. I just have two lights right above it. I don't know what your lighting is, but you can just pretty much add anything on it. So these lights give it really good lighting, especially when you have this door closed. It's just a lot better. It looks really bright because it's kind of right behind my window. Alright, for disassembling assembly, I'd probably start off with the roof. The magnets can get a little sticky, or the paint, but just comes off just like that. See how I have the pipes, and those pipes go into these notches right here. So when you're assembling this, see how the pipes are off, and these are held by magnets on the top, so it's all magnetized. So it'll just pop right in place with the magnets, and then you'll want to adjust the pipes, just line them up like that. Make sure they're straight, make sure they're inside the grooves, because if they're not, it's not gonna lay flush. Also, when you put this together, make sure everything lines up. This front part's gonna hang out just a little bit, but the back part, everything lines up perfectly. So as long as you got those lined up, everything. So I'll take this part off. Be careful with these ends. I mean, this is all foam, so these come off. Same thing for this side. Might be a little sticky because it hasn't moved in a while. Be careful with all this foam, like with your nails, because you can start puncturing holes. And so those come off. These are glued on. These aren't glued on. You can actually pull them off, but they're in there pretty good. So I'm just gonna leave them like that. These walls just come right off. You want to be careful about. Okay, so see here, you got all these pieces right here. So assembly is pretty simple. Just kind of set this behind here. It's all magnetized. Make sure it's lined up. One last thing is this does come out. So I'll take it out real quick for you. So the only part that's glued on is that. Actually didn't want to glue it on, but this is top heavy, so it kept falling forward like that. And these are just kind of like, this comes off too. It's not glued. Just to kind of give it its distance and hold it in place. So you can push it in as how you want, but I don't know. I always think it looks better at this distance. So that's I'm not sure what's wrong with the camera on here. I can't seem to get it adjusted right. So that's why it looks fuzzy. But anyway, I hope you enjoy.